chasing a road to glory, driven since I was a child.
If you want a thing bad enough to go out and fight for it, work day and night for it. Happy Friday, everybody. Time to get ready for the day. Hope everything's going well for you. I'm going to hit out the podcast on the way in, talking about personal development, just the little things we can do to be able to get better. Once I get into the office, I want to be able to spend 30 minutes being able to do LinkedIn, and then do some time to be able to send out some thank you notes for last week, and then have a 9:30 call. Going to do some curls while I'm on that call, and then grab noon, and then 2 o'clock. So then there'll be a lot of phoning, emails, setting up the calendar for the upcoming basically 90 days and making sure that we're ready to roll. Trimmed up. Hey there, everybody. Hope you're having fantastic now. Hands-free. Set up the what's it called? The cell phone holder. So hopefully we can do some videos like this while I'm driving, to be able to just get some of my thoughts out there in a video format while it's happening. Trims up. All right, take one here. You're gonna see how the video takes while it's in the cradle here, and then just ultimately how the angle is. It's not just a dead on, it's kind of at this angle. So are we gonna like the way that it looks? It's gonna be too distracting that I'm watching the road and talking in this format. We'll find out. So today on the Crazy Asian podcast, happy Friday. Sure, I'm the Crazy Asian. Now, at some point, I might need to get another cell phone so that way I can do the podcast and the vlog at the same moment. So today in the podcast, I'm going to be talking about personal development, and understanding that a lot of times is a common phrase that we overestimate what we can do in 1 year, and we totally underestimate what we can do in 5. And I come from the aspect of not just the value of setting down goals and writing them out, but more so from the perspective that it's going after certain things and being relentless, hoping that you can accomplish as much as humanly possible in 1 year, or in a day, in a month, in order to see where you're going to be at in 5 years. So for example, I know that there's been people that will run 1 mile every single day. And what does that look like? Not after 1 year, what does that look like in 5 years? And at the same time, because it's such a daunting task ahead of you, 365 days, 1 mile, that's a lot of mileage. If you multiply that out by 5, you're talking 5, 2, carry the 3. What is that? 1,725 days of running, 1,725 miles of running. And so it becomes a very, it almost is debilitating when it's too large. Then we're like, oh my, it's just not going to happen. I think goals should scare us, at the same time not debilitate us. It should pull out the very best of us, not be so overwhelming that it causes us not to move forward with any action. So, like the old Chinese proverb, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. The same process works here. If there's something that you want to accomplish, let's say in 5 years, and again, let's just throw 5 years out there as a number. It could be 10, it could be 20, just something that you want to accomplish, it's going to take some time. So when you think about personal development, let's think about learning. So you want to become a physician, you want to become a dentist. A lot of us are familiar with somewhat of what that looks like from an education perspective. We know that a lot of people need to go to undergraduate school, and they need to go to either medical school or dental school afterwards. And then we know that there's some kind of specialty, some kind of fellowship opportunity where you're learning. So even though you graduate from dental school, we know that there's this learning period. You need to be shadowing somebody else. You need to be basically hands and mouth, trying to learn as much as humanly possible. Same thing in a specialty in medicine, where you have these different residencies, and that can be extremely obvious for us to see. the question is do we see that then for ourselves when it comes to, let's say, our own pursuit of knowledge, becoming an expert in our industry as an engineer, as an accountant, as an attorney? Do we see the same do we have the same understanding and patience to be able to do that with our own health and fitness? I think a lot of times we get demotivated because we become impatient with the process. And that impatience causes us to no longer move forward in the way that's motivating for us. So wish you all the best as you go out and do those things that you find of extreme value to you. Sherm's out. Different angle here. Got in safely. No road traffic. So first thing to do, 7:55 is plan out the day. And then I want to start at 8 o'clock and start getting in all those LinkedIn. So I'm going to put a timer out, 30 minutes to get her done. Let's go. Got a conference call about to begin, so I thought I'd get in a set here before. All right, everybody. It's about 3:30. Gonna be heading home here. Hopefully, we can get ahead of traffic. I did head over to Chick-fil-A. Got myself a salad, grilled chicken. Have not yet eaten it, so got busy. Very productive day. Still have a few emails that I want to be able to send out. I'll do that on Saturday or tonight, and then. Excuse me, that's a Pepsi burp. Had a meeting with one of the other employees. Had somebody come in and they wanted me to be able to sit on with them. And great conversation, great meeting. I'm reminded again that there's just a multitude of ways to be able to earn an income. There's an old phrase, there's a million ways to earn money, and that is true. This woman had come in and she had made her wealth in service stations and in bulk distribution. I think like bulk supplies of different retail things that can be sold to places like a retail store. So that was just a great conversation. And it's just always, for me, I just get excited when I speak with other business owners and what they did and how they did it. So it was a great meeting. Really enjoyed that. And now we head home. Hope you're all doing well. Sherm's out. Hey there, everybody. Sherm here, the crazy agent. Hope you're fantastic now. Had a great day today. An office day. Had one joint meeting with one of... all right, everybody. Hope you're doing great. Had a great day today. Hope you're doing well on this fantastic Friday afternoon. Look at these wonky glasses. They're bent. I don't know how. Well, I do know how. I throw them in this little side pocket. Eventually, that's what's going to happen. So, just wanted to recap the day as I'm driving home. Was able to, just a real big administrative day. So, got into the office, put a timer on, 30 minutes of LinkedIn time connecting with individuals and leveraging Sales Navigator, sending out personalized messages. So, just looking into who they are, maybe even trying to do a Google search on them. And so some people were like, oh, should I take off my privacy settings? I don't want people knowing that I'm looking at their profile. I don't care if people know that I'm looking at their profile because I am. And it's only creepy if you're creepy. So if you're looking at their profile and then you send them an invite that's personalized that says, hey, I saw that you're a Texas A&M grad, go Aggies, they find a lot of value. I find that they're, Aggies from Texas A&M are driven and entrepreneurial and open-minded. Didn't know if that fit you. Love to come in for a meeting, something like that. Or, hey, notice that you do some slam poetry on the weekend. You got anything coming up? Would love to hear some slam poetry. And again, if you like to hear slam poetry, I find that fascinating. To me, that would be really cool. And then After that, 30 minutes. Now, I did have to pause the timer to make sure I got my full 30 minutes in because I did get interrupted a couple times. And so I wanted to stay true to the 30 minutes. I was able to get in 9, and then I just put in an extra couple minutes to get that 10th, just so I could end on an even number. So for the week, I was able to get in 21 connections through LinkedIn, and that was doing just 30 minutes every single day. And I started it not until Wednesday. So, excuse me, did I start it on Tuesday? Nonetheless, I think it was Wednesday that I started it. So, and then after that, had a 9:30 to 10:30 phone call, and then it was for learning, and then from 10:30 to 11 wrote a thank you note. Then from 11:30 to 12:30 started getting into following up for the case that was going to happen at 2 o'clock today with one of my with Cliff, one of the coworkers. And then at 2 o'clock had our meeting. It was about an hour and 10 minutes, and then he and I recapped afterwards. And then it was just an hour. And then I was able to pack up, send out a couple email responses that needed my attention, and then left. So about 3:25, I was on the road. I wanted to get home much earlier, but I had at 2 o'clock, so that's what had to get done. And tomorrow I want to go for a long run, so I'm hoping to go 10. You know what? I should just say it. I want to do 13 miles tomorrow, or 14 miles tomorrow. Do the half marathon tomorrow. So let's see what we can do. Might wake up early and get that done. It's going to be pretty warm tomorrow. It's already 80 degrees right now outside. Gotta love this Houston winter. And great conversation with the meeting. And I think I already mentioned that about just knowing what you want to do. There's a million ways to earn an income, and just do what makes sense for you and what you enjoy. So, hope you're all doing well. Have a fantastic Friday. Sure.
Locked and loaded, nobody safe around me. I'm about to spread, I'm rowdy. Wipe it up, run it up, count it up. Ice on my wrist, I'm drowning. I bet I lift and I light it up.